Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, it's going to be a Patreon cast between INnoVation and Serral here on Deathaura. Bottom right-hand corner, the blue Zerg player. Serral, top left, it is INnoVation, the red Terran player. Neither of these players need any introduction from me. You know who they are, you know how good they are. And it's going to be an Elite ZVT for a Patreon cast this week. I should probably explain that. Okay, so if you support me for $1 a month on patreon.com/FalconPaladin, you will get access to one StarCraft 2 replay and one Brood War replay released one a month before it shows up on the YouTube channel. And somebody asked me, hey, I'm in England. How do I use pounds? I can't see how I can use my local currency. And today, August 6th, the day that I am casting this, there was a blog post saying they have a support for more common currencies. Before that, they just had support for the US dollar, but now pounds are supported, I think euros are supported, and maybe Canadian dollars? I don't know, I'd have to look at the list, but I saw that pounds were supported, and I was like, hey, that's weird. Somebody just asked me about it today. 16, 18, 17 here from Serral. One Rax expand here from INnoVation based on that gas timing. A Reaper. The Reaper's name is MC Hammer. He just wanted to be close to a queen, but out of her range, just to sing and dance. You can't touch this. No, 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 no. Dun, dun, dun. Can't touch this. Do, 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 do. Ah, yes. The early 90s. It was a time. It was a time in which I was alive. I was very young, though. I wasn't exactly way into the pop culture of the time. But MC Hammer, he was so big, he bled through even to the children of the era. We knew who he was. We knew what he was about. He had giant pants. And he sang about stuff that maybe was, I don't know, sexual in nature. Who knows? Anyway, Reaper cruising on across the map here. Serral is going to go for that 233rd here on Deathaura. I don't know. My brain really wants to say Deathaura here because that's what it is. Aura is said Aura. But Tastosis pronounces it Deathaura. And like, okay, I mean, they're the guys here, right? Oh, he's hiding the drone, but no, INnoVation. INnoVation sees it. INnoVation's blocking. And look, he's making it so he can't make an extractor. Oh, the jukes. The jukes. The extractor comes in anyway. Serral, you boss. But the block on the... This is what I've always talked about. INnoVation, he's been listening to my cast, and he's actually doing stuff that I asked him to do. Okay, that's probably not true. Look at that. Oh, my gosh, the third base is going to be so delayed. I mean, just really should probably send another drone up here, but Serral seems to really want this low ground base. Look at how much it is delayed. He wanted this at 2:30. It's going to be 3 minutes plus before this thing gets sent down. The queen shows up, knocked back. The drone fighting, the Lings fighting, and 304, man. A 304 third hatch from Serral. And you're like, Falcon, why are you so excited? Look, man, this is the highest level of StarCraft. A 30-second delay on an expansion for your opponent while your expansion is right on time is beautiful. MC Hammer is getting work done here. He has no kills, but he has done... No. MC Hammer, buddy. Oh, how did he know? How did he know he could do that? Oh, got the creep tumor. This is a one-kill Reaper that has done more against Serral than I've seen a Reaper do against Serral in possibly years at this point. That was nuts out of INnoVation. Now here's the problem with Serral is that you can do this. You can delay him, you can slow his creep spread, you can do all sorts of stuff to annoy him, but he's still Serral and he will still punch you in the face at some point. Fusion Core coming up from INnoVation, by the way. Gonna go for some of them battle cruisers. That's the thing. Like, INnoVation can feel really good about this opening, and Serral can feel bad about it, but Serral is still going to come back and try to smash you, and he will succeed at smashing you to some extent. Will he win the game? I don't know. But he's going to give it a try for sure. Dude, that Overlord scouted all of the things. Oh my gosh, that Overlord scouted all of the things. There's no anti-air here. He didn't make a single Marine. Oh, he made a single Marine. Where is it? And why did it not kill this? What the heck? INnoVation? Was your attention elsewhere, buddy? It must have been. Because that Overlord just flew right through your entire base and scouted your battle cruiser. And as a result, Serral is going to throw down some spores in a couple of minutes, is definitely making queens at this moment in time. 5 queens are enough to handle one battle cruiser, assuming you have a spore to kind of fall back to as some kind of an anchor. Not that the spore is doing a ton of damage to the battle cruiser, but just having it is just nice. Is all it is. Creep spread connecting the bases, starting to push out this left side and up this middle side here too. The Hellions want to make sure the tumors die. But as the queens say, no. No, they say. Third command center done here for INnoVation. Battle Cruiser takes forever to build. I'll tell you, as a Zerg player, it feels like it takes about 4 seconds to build because they show up faster than I want them to. But as a Terran, it definitely takes forever to build here. Ooh, tumor down. And guess what? Tumor down. All right, 2 tumors down. You have to relay 2 more brand new creep tumors using energy from these queens over here. Got some roaches out to handle the Hellions, which seems maybe like... I guess it's not overkill if there are this many Hellions coming here. And the battlecruiser jumps. And here he is. So one queen, it looks like, is going to die if the battlecruiser chases her, which he doesn't. He doesn't want to get boxed in here either. He knows the queens are coming. He's going to try to use this dead airspace, but man, the control pulling the wounded queens back right now. The Spore got some extra shots off here too. The battlecruiser gets nothing done and is probably going to die at this point. The transfuse on the queen is fantastic. No, he's got some more dead airspace to come over to this third. There's one queen here. If INnoVation darts in here, he might get a couple drones, but he really just wants out. He recognizes the queens are going to be able to go over here because the bases are connected by creep. Because the bases are connected by creep. That is the reason here. Ay, caramba. Okay, well, the roaches just walked across the map, and they're trying to kill all of these Hellions. It turns out, no, there are too many Hellions for even these number of roaches to handle, which is, it's a rare sight. You usually don't see Serral roaches dying to Hellions, but when it's INnoVation, anything is possible. Zerglings want to go over here and mess with this third base so bad, but there's a defensive battlecruiser present, and they just absolutely eat Zerglings. It's not like a Void Ray that is desperately trying to kill Zerglings one at a time and not doing a great job of it. Battlecruisers are firing a ton of shots and just absolutely eating up those lings very hard. Might actually splash damage on that creep tumor a bit if he was really on top of things. INnoVation is someone who's capable of doing it, but yeah, it's going to be battlecruisers. It's going to be tanks. We've seen these guys do this fairly recently on the channel, right? We saw INnoVation open up traditional mech with a couple battle cruisers and then move into race car mech and then go back to traditional mech. It was an interesting game on Ice and Chrome, I can tell you that much. It was very fun to cast. I hope you enjoyed watching it too. I'm not going to tell you who won for spoiler reasons, but INnoVation, I'd never seen a Terran player open up traditional mech, transition into race car mech, and then back into regular mech. It was very weird. Look, killing tumors is such a big deal. One tumor going down is huge. It slows down the creep spread. Hey, look, the corruptors are here, though. Yes. So it's time to Yamato and get out. INnoVation recognizing instantly that's what he needs to do. A fourth base is on the way from Serral. Serral's getting a Baneling Nest. More corruptors on the way all the time. +1 for a lot of stuff. Melee, missile attack, and flyer attack. All getting that +1. Which is very nice to see. Yeah, man. Look at this. Traditional mech. Tanks. Hellions in here. Probably get some Thors as necessary. Serral's not actually going Mutalisks. He's going Corruptors here. Whereas traditionally, he has gone Muta against these battle cruisers more often than I would expect. But Infestation Pit on the way from Serral at 8 minutes. It's at 140 supply here. Creep spread is awesome. Tumors going down more easily to the Hellions because of that nerf they did to tumors where they are susceptible against attacks that do bonus versus light. I guess the shorter way to say that is they gave creep tumors a light armor designation, which means that Hellions do extra damage versus them. Adepts do as well. And that was the whole point. Overseer comes in and says, all right, what are you doing, INnoVation? The answer is, well, it's a whole lot of factories. Ooh, that is a Cyclone, though. This could be... Ah, but the tank count, too, though. Maybe INnoVation's doing some kind of a weird medley of both traditional mech and race car mech, with Cyclones and tanks in the mix, with some battle cruisers overhead. I kind of like it. Kind of do. 3 battle cruisers is really scary, no matter how many queens you have, but the corruptors are what you need here. If Serral doesn't have corruptors here, he's just dead. Ooh, we might lose that battle cruiser. Ooh, it jumps out. It jumps out just in the nick of time. Creep spread happening despite INnoVation's incredible ability to kill tumors today. He has killed a total of 16 in 9 minutes, which is dead awesome. Blue Flame Hellions killing more. Look, see, look, Blue Flame. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Tumor down, tumor down, tumor down. It's going to take a while to rebuild over on this right side, although the queens are actually in the neighborhood, so never mind, we'll be okay that way. Yeah, man, but INnoVation has been pretty happily able to get up 4 bases. He hasn't been bothered by Serral at all today. He's kept the pressure on the Zerg player, which is nice. Serral does not like doing that necessarily. For a long time, he was. He was very happy to sit back and defend. but lately he's been a lot more aggressive. He's been willing to go for big attacks into an entrenched Terran position just to try to get some good trades and try to slow the Terran player down. Oh, the trap is trying to get this surround, but it's so hard to surround Blue Flame Hellions because they just roast up your Lings. And nothing else is fast enough to get a surround on them anyway, so INnoVation does slip out of that trap. Serral getting a, good golly, is this a 5th base? That's a 5th base there. Coming up, creep already connecting all of these bases. All of these bases are creep connected. Is very nice. It's very nice to see. This is just a bunch of overlords, not a base. All right, pathogen glands coming in. All right, I do like fungal versus this race car mech style, because here it is. Here's your race car mech. Are the tanks just for defense? Because there's 8 tanks out, but he's not really bringing them along for the journey. The tanks are just, I guess, defensive, which is kind of nuts to me. This 5th base is in trouble here. INnoVation might be able to actually snipe that thing. The Banelings on creep, though. Yeah, man, I do love Banelings against Race Car Mech on creep. Hatch goes down. INnoVation does get rid of it. Banelings catching on the flank hit. Oh! Oh, that was humongous. INnoVation, no. Losing too much. Losing too much stuff there, I'd say. However, he killed a base, which is awesome. This is actually not enough Corruptors to handle 3 full health battle cruisers. Oh, look at them. They're going to get this hatch. You can try to kill us if you want, but there aren't enough of you to do it. Corruptor down. Oh, they almost had it. They almost had it. Ah, that was so close. All right. Transformation servos coming in for INnoVation, which seems like a really good upgrade in this situation. For the Hellbat transformation especially. 5 tanks at a time. He's doing the same thing. He's transitioning into more traditional mech. He's not making any more Cyclones. He's making tanks instead. That's really the main difference between traditional mech and race car mech is the presence of Cyclones. The trap. The trap has been sprung. And wow, the race car mech army is gone. Okay. Ow. That said, INnoVation has more army supply than Serral does at the moment, 113 to 104. Serral's 5th base is trying to be replanted, and it will come up at about 55% health because of the damage done to the battle cruisers earlier on. Ling's trying to get some damage done over here, but no, say the Hellbats, which transform so quickly. Tanks up, man. A lot of tanks up. I know Ravagers are pretty good against tanks generally, but that second line of tanks back here is really causing problems for those Ravagers. They are squishier than you might think if you have never tried to play with Ravagers before. They die to a lot of things. They do good damage, and Corrosive Vials are great. I'm not going to complain about it. Look at that. Serral sacking his 5th. He's trying to get a replacement 5th along the right side, but guess who's over there? Battle Cruisers. INnoVation is everywhere right now. Going to try to take that base down. Greater Spire on the way from Serral. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know how I feel about Battle Cruisers in general. Who is he target? Oh, he has to get out. One of the Battle Cruisers dies. And the Corruptors anticipating the Battle Cruiser presence. Chase him away. Serral, you beast. You absolute beast of a man. Here goes nothing. Serral is gonna lose his replacement 5th? Yeah, man. He loses his 5th. He loses his attempt at a replacement 5th. He gets revenge on these tanks, though. That's a 9-kill siege tank. Not bad, but check this action out. Hellbats, surprisingly good against buildings. And Serral is not allowed to get a 5th base today. He's not. Meanwhile, INnoVation is. This is looking really good for Inno right now, you guys. I'm telling ya. We haven't seen Serral lose on the channel in some time, but I don't know. INnoVation's making some really nice trades. He's suppressing Serral's ability to macro here and get up 1 billion bases. Look at these Corruptors dying. Look at this race car mech getting down here to Serral's 4th base. He is no longer happy just to deny the 5th base. He's getting the 4th base here too. 20 drones have gone down. Roach Ravager desperately trying to get in here, but Serral is looking absolutely mortal right now. Do the Corrosive Vials trying to hit the battle cruiser actually hit the hatch too, because it goes through air targets to ground targets and does friendly fire. He kills the battle cruiser, does damage to the hatch, but keeps it alive. But 23 drones have been killed. Income right now. Look at that swoop up to helping INnoVation there. Economically, he needs to hold on to this base. And I don't know if he needs to hold on to this one right now, but sending something down to wipe out this base would be amazing from INnoVation. Oh, no, donating Hellions is not something you want to do, though. Don't do that. pro tip of the day. All right, Broodlords in production. We saw those. We saw those on the Greater Spire. Well, we saw the possibility coming with the Greater Spire production and construction. Boy, hit that like button, by the way, if you're enjoying this match. It is something to behold. My goodness. Broodlords coming down. He wants to get this hatchery. There's only 300 hit points on it, but Serral is defending it with everything he's got right here. And he does manage to save it, but guess who got in here? Blue Flame Hellions roasting up 12 more drones combined with the damage taken. On the other side, that Hellion has 7 kills on his own. Not too shabby. Okay, so hatchery at 200 HP. Not great. Do we have an answer for Broodlords? Well, 4 Thors at a time are being produced, but the Broodlords are already at your front doorstep. They are slow, but they've been coming for some time. I mean, Cyclones are not bad here either, to be honest. If you can get that lock on. He's trying. That's bonus damage with lock on versus... Oh, and a couple of the Broodlords die. Man, that's humongous. More Hellion shenanigans on the other side. INnoVation is just running in 2 places at once. Serral defending and attacking in 2 places at once. The 5th base is back up for Serral. He's replacing the replacement 5th original base. I don't even know what to call this right now. I guess we'll call it the 6th because... maybe the 5th, we'll call this the 6th on the right side. I don't even know. This game has been... excellent. It's been so good. I like games where a lot of bases die. Hey, look! The 5th base is going to die for the 2nd time today. Huh. Okay. Income. Favoring INnoVation really, really heavily right now. Because this base did not actually have any income until right this very second. The 5th base is gone. The 4th base is incredibly vulnerable. Like, I would almost... There are Broodlords defending it, though. That's the trick. You can't just run a few units in and try to snipe it. The Vikings are up. Parasitic Bomb on the Vikings, though. The Thors, I think maybe... Okay, they're going to try to target fire down the Broodlords, and they are. You can see them getting hits off on the Broodlords. They're so good against Broods. All the Broodlords are dead. The Thors are taking, and that's it. INnoVation gets the win, and Serral is out. That is how you beat Serral, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard. You have to start at the beginning. You have to delay the 3rd base. You have to delay the creep spread. You have to expand yourself. Never lose a single base, right? Not an SCV died today. Not a single command center, orbital, or planetary went down, which is humongous. You have to kill 45 drones. You have to kill 4 hatcheries, some of them on the same base more than once. Absolutely just mind-boggling. And the fact that Serral went for Broodlords there, I don't like them. I don't like Broodlords against Terran especially. Just because how we saw there. Just because how we saw INnoVation walked in with his Thors. And it feels like 2 or 3 shots from a Thor is enough to just wipe out a Broodlord. That's it, man. 2 or 3 shots. Ka-cha, 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 done. And I mean, if Serral loses Broodlords that easy to Thors, I mean, what chance do any of us mortals have, right? Holy smokes. I mean, if you need a blueprint of how to beat Serral as a Terran player, that's it. You have to be in multiple places at once. You have to threaten his bases, 2 or 3 of them at a time, if you can. You have to kill 35,000 resources worth of Serral and only lose about 28 yourself. You have to keep the creep spread to a minimum. None of this creep is threatening to push up on the bases at all, except maybe this one. But this base kept dying. The center path is not great. This isn't great. The Hellion attacks on the creep tumors and into the bases was disgusting. I mean, the fact that INnoVation managed to expand up here, too, is just mind-boggling. And Serral never pushed it. Never pushed it. He was on the defensive the entire time. INnoVation, God among men. Of course, he is the same one that got 3-0'd by Dongray Gu and the playoffs of GSL Season 2. So, okay, maybe he's not truly a god among men, but in this game, he certainly was. He certainly was your guy. Wow. I don't even know what else to say. The number that is really standing out here is 0 SCVs dead to 45 drones killed. That is an infinitely higher number. 0 to 45 there, right? 4 hatcheries down to 0 bases. This is also an infinite increase in number of bases down. And they did it meching. 1 Marine got produced this entire game. A single Marine got built. It was all tanks and Thors and Hellions and Cyclones. And a lot of Cyclones died, 28. And a lot of Hellions died, 63. And a lot of tanks died, 19. And the battle cruisers did not do a lot of damage in the early stages of the game, but he kept them as part of his composition. They did a ton of stuff. They killed a bunch of those drones. Were 2 battle cruisers for sure. But I can't. There's nothing to go else. Nothing else to go on here anymore. Oh, man. All right, cool. That is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a Patreon edition. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.